All right, welcome to hour 7 of our all-day extravaganza here at the Council Service Center, 60 Wellington Road in Milford, Connecticut. If you're in the area, please stop by. We'd love to have you come in and see what we're doing and hopefully take part in what we're doing. We're always looking for people to add into our segments. So I do want to mention our sponsors again. We have several restaurants that have participating with us. Yesterday we had Bonfire Grill that gave us a percentage of their proceeds. Today we're working with Chili's in Milford, Texas Roadhouse in West Haven, Pepe's Pizza in Fairfield, and Danbury. On Saturday, Powder Ridge Mountain Park and Resort is going to be doing a discount, giving a percentage of their sales on Saturday. And then next Wednesday, Silver Sands in Milford will be doing the exact same thing. So thank you again to all of those sponsors. We did thank you to Steve Agnew, who made a donation in the last segment. I want to recognize those donors. We are at 25% of where we need to be. Remember, we're talking about trying to sponsor 100 youth today, and that youth cost is $500 per youth for the council. So our hope is that by getting 100 youth sponsored today, that we can send these kids to camp, we can pay their registration fees, we can help them with uniforms, handbooks, whatever they need. So please, if you have the opportunity, you can give Karen a call. She's sitting by the phone. Our number is 203-951-9321, or you can go online and hit the Donate Now button, and we'll get those as we see those come in. We'll certainly recognize those folks as they come in. This segment, we're going to be covering Sea Scouts, and a lot of people may not be aware of Sea Scouts. It's a program that's been around for a number of years, and Paul Lucas is back with us, and because he is our teen program coordinator, and that incorporates Sea Scouts. So I'm going to take a stroll over. They're going to do a brief montage, and I told them I'm old, I can't walk that fast, so you're going to see a brief montage, and then we'll be over talking to Paul. All right, so you saw a montage a little bit about Sea Scouts. As I said, Paul Lucas is back with us. Paul oversees our Sea Scouting program, exploring and venturing, as well as we talked about earlier in the day, runs our sailing school program as well. So, Paul, tell us about the history of Sea Scouts.
Sea Scouting has a long history. It's actually one of the earliest programs of scouting, dates back right to the very beginning. And here in southwestern Connecticut, we've had Sea Scout programs all the way back to the 1930s. So it's something that's been around for a very, very long time. It's been deeply integrated through our history of scouting. And it's something that I think is really making a pretty significant comeback right now, because people are taking a lot of interest in it, and there's some tremendous opportunities for kids to get involved.
So how does a Sea Scout ship operate?
So a Sea Scout ship is it's like a scout unit. We call them ships, where you might be familiar with troops or packs. In Sea Scouting, it's called a ship. And that's a group of usually somewhere between 12 or 24 girls and boys. Sea Scouts is a co-ed program, completely integrated, and has been for a very, very long time, decades. And they come together and they function as a crew. They're learning to operate the boat, to sail the boat, to work together as a crew, to take responsibility as members of that crew. Like any team, a team has to have leadership. So, there's a team leader. In Sea Scouting, we call that team leader the bosun, who is sort of the equivalent of senior patrol leader for the group. And then there are different officers within the Sea Scout ship that are taking on different responsibilities. And of course, there's the adult leaders as well who are leading it. In Sea Scouting, we call the head adult leader a skipper.
So in Sea Scouting, can the youth earn advancements like they do in other programs in Scouting?
Yes, they do, but the advancement is different. It's unique to Sea Scouting. So Sea Scouts have really 4 levels of advancement. The program is designed for high school age students going into their early college years. So if you think about it, like 4 levels of advancement really correlates nicely with the 4 years of high school. And each advancement is pretty in-depth. It'll take the best part of a year to really complete a level. But during that period of time, they're going to cover a wide range of topics, certainly a lot to do with maritime and navigation and seamanship skills, but also community service, also leadership, also teamwork, all of those kinds of core scouting attributes that make the program really comprehensive. And then as you graduate up through those different levels, you're really deepening and expanding your knowledge and experience in each of those categories until ultimately you get to the highest rank, which is known as quartermaster, which is roughly the equivalent of being an Eagle Scout. You have to do a service project to be a quartermaster. You have to fulfill a bunch of requirements. But one of the most interesting things, you really have to take charge of your crew over an extended period of time. You have to lead them for a period of 40 hours on a long cruise. So it's a real accomplishment to be a quartermaster.
So talk about, you mentioned long cruise. Talk about where would a long cruise go necessarily?
Let me tell you, we live in one of the best places in the country for a long cruise. The whole idea of a long cruise is it's a multi-day sailing excursion that the crew takes together on one of our council vessels, of which we have a beautiful fleet of boats that our Sea Scouts use. So a long cruise would be anywhere from 4 to maybe 9 days, depending on how ambitious the group is. And from where we are here in this part of Connecticut, we're talking about sailing to Martha's Vineyard. We're talking about sailing to Block Island, Montauk Point potentially. These are places that people come from all over the country to go on vacation, and we can sail there right from here. So it's pretty great.
So for people that aren't aware of, or maybe they've got kids that aren't sailors, and they want to think more about Sea Scout program, do you get kids into the program that really are novices as far as sailing?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the great things about it is you can become part of the Sea Scout crew even if you have no prior sailing experience. The whole idea is that you're coming together and you're learning something new. You're learning new skills. You're doing it together with a group of friends, and you're developing, you're evolving. And like any other scouting program, there are, scouts who've been there for a couple of years, and they're going to help you to learn. They're going to help you to, embrace each step as you go along. So it works really, really well. And yeah, all levels are welcome.
So for those of you that don't know Paul is also a volunteer, has been a longtime volunteer with Troop 82 in Fairfield, but he's also a volunteer with Ship 84.
That's right.
And sails with the kids all the time. So where was your most recent trip that your Ship 84 went?
Well, we go all over the place, but definitely one of the most exciting trips, I think, was when we went to Martha's Vineyard, because that, that's a distance of some 160 miles, and you don't do it all in one shot. So you're making, step frog leaps, along the way. You're stopping over. So we made stops in Mystic. We made stops in Newport. We made stops in Block Island sometimes along the way. And you're really checking in on all these really interesting historic ports as you go. And you're dealing with challenges along the way.
Sure.
You're dealing with weather that changes while you're out there. You're really learning how to work as a crew, because the thing that a lot of people don't realize about sailboats is you have to work together as a coordinated crew if you ever really want to get from A to B. Mm-hmm. It's one of these things like each crew member could have their nose down doing the tasks, but if you're not coordinating what you're doing, you're really going nowhere. And it's really, really it's sort of an enlightening experience, especially for a group of young people who are doing it for the first time. When they see how their cooperation and how their teamwork really pays off, it's very, very rewarding.
Well, appreciate you being part of this segment. If you're interested in getting your child into Sea Scouts, you can call our council office, ask for Paul, and he'll get you all squared away. A reminder, starting in our 5 o'clock hour, we will be doing start giving away pairs of Avelo tickets. These are the fully loaded tickets, includes all your additional fees, including baggage. Those are valued at $1,000 a piece. We're going to be doing those for folks that want to do $1,000 or more donation, and we've got 5 pairs of those we'll be giving out from 5 o'clock through 8 o'clock. And then also we have a basket. If you donate $500, We have a gift basket that has a variety of things in it that we're going to be actually raffling off at the 8 o'clock hour. So next hour we will be doing an overview of Scouts BSA. That is the 11 to 18-year-old program. Most of you long-timers might remember it called Boy Scouts, but when we allowed the girls in 2019, we changed the name of the program to Scouts BSA because it better fit having a co-ed program. So we'll be discussing that. We'll have some Scouts here live with me next hour. Hope you can join us. We will see you at 4 o'clock.